This is the MoCo Show. If it's happening in Montgomery County, we're talking about it. And here's your host, Alex Saronis.
Welcome everybody to episode 81 of the MoCo Show. We are here at the studio. It's going to be a little bit of a different episode, as you all know. Coronavirus has been dominating the news. Anytime we post anything about it, it gets the most shares, the most comments. So we're gonna kind of have a little bit of a special episode where we discuss that a lot. But we are still going to talk about a few of the fun things that are going on, the openings and the closings. Not many of them, and we are joined by Nurit. Nurit.
Hello,
Welcome.
nice to be here.
For those of you that don't know Nurit, she is the MoCo Show's real estate expert. She's going to be offering some information about coronavirus and its effect on real estate and the stocks, as well as just what's been going on with it here in our great country. But before we get to the serious stuff, there's a woman, her name is Naima Jackson, I hope I pronounced that right, but she's a Burtonsville resident, and she won $44,706 on the Wheel of Fortune.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so cool. Like, we always
Exciting.
watch the Wheel of Fortune and we're like
Yes.
guessing along with it, but she crushed it. I didn't get to see the episode, but I saw like clips of it. That's a lot of money to win on the Wheel of Fortune.
That's beautiful.
I always get excited when I see questions like on Jeopardy that have to do with our area, or contestants that are like from there. So when I saw that someone from Burtonsville was there, I was wondering if she won, and when I checked it out, she ended up winning a whole bunch of money. So that's really cool to see. I'm very happy to
How
to
much
see it.
$44,000?
$44,000.
Oh, wow.
$44,706. That is a
I
lot
love
of
it.
money.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So that's a good chunk of change to win.
Oh, yeah.
I always think to myself, like, I'm a teacher. I don't make tons of money as a teacher, but for me, and obviously $44,000 wouldn't do it. But what amount of money would it take for me to win at one time to leave my job and do something else? Maybe do the MoCo Show full time. You know what I mean? Like, what amount of money would it take for me? Seth, do you have an amount of money that if you won, it would just be like the lowest amount for you to win, where it makes you feel like, all right, I'm good. Like, I can now pursue everything I want to pursue without worrying about money. The lowest amount, not like, yeah, $1 billion. That's great, but we're talking about the lowest amount.
I would honestly say it would have to be somewhere in the range of like 20 million.
20 million.
Like,
So if
I
I
feel
said
like
to you,
things are
here's
gonna-
$19 million, you say no?
Well, I wouldn't say no, but I would still like say, okay, well, how can I turn this 19 into the 20 so that I
Okay,
am set
so
for life?
I put it
That's
this way.
my
So if I say to
calculation.
you, here's $10 million, you're saying no chance. That's 50% of what I need. I'm going to continue
Well, I mean,
doing what I'm doing.
I would never turn down.
That's not what I mean,
any
but
million.
you'd have to it's a little difficult because you're in a bunch of different things. You got a
Right.
whole bunch of different ventures. So for me, I make approximately $100,000 a year, right? So that's kind of like my salary. And that's public knowledge if you go to the MCPS website, because we get paid by the year. It's not like one teacher gets paid more than the other. It's literally based on how many years you've been working in your education. But for them to say, here's a certain amount of money, you can't teach anymore, now you got to go do the MoCo Show full time. I would probably have to say $2 million, because I wouldn't have my pension. So my pension would go away. I wouldn't have insurance. I'd have to worry about that. I'd be able to purchase the house that I want, the car that I want, and then go all in on the show. $2 million. Not 20, Seth, greedy, but 2.
Greedy.
That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, but like, Nurit, you're in real estate.
She is.
So
Yeah.
like, I feel like you're the deal I feel like you're the one to really answer this, because you know what houses are going for and how things are changing.
Right.
So
So
what
the
would
formula.
be the amount? What would be the best amount?
Yeah, I
But
think
Nurit, have you
so.
seen
So
some of these
here's the
houses
thing.
she's selling?
Yeah, but See, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
if,
here's the
if I want one of these Nurit houses,
Yeah, 2 million will not do it. But
exactly.
but it's seriously, so it depends. You're not talking about retiring.
No,
We're talking about
no, leaving
I'm still
my
young,
guarantees.
beautiful, good
I'll
looking me,
work this
Alex,
way.
and I'm gonna work for many, many years, right? That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yes, but not what I'm doing. Not waking up at
That-
5:30 in the morning.
That's fine. Somebody will say they'll take $10 not to be able to wake up anymore and do something else and be free to do what they want, right?
Yes.
So really what you want, it's your lifestyle. But if you want to take money and make money, then, few millions will make you money because you invest them in some places, in some houses, and you
Yeah.
can make money from money, for sure.
For sure. And you don't need, in my opinion, 20 million. You don't need it. You can make that 20 million from your $2 million investment.
Right, you can
That's
make
not-
it lose from everything, so it really
Yeah, you
depends.
could lose too. I can go to the casino in one night and lose that amount of money.
I've never actually been to a casino yet.
Well, you got to go.
Oh,
There's none
wow.
here in Montgomery County, but there are some close by. I used to always go to West Virginia, and then MGM. Well, I'd go to like Atlantic City too or Vegas, but when I wanted like quickly to go to a casino, the one in West Virginia is like 45 minutes away.
Good thing you didn't say when I want quickly money, you know?
when I needed
Quick
when I
money.
needed to pay my mortgage, and
I quickly
I would
run
just
to West
go
Virginia.
right down
Yeah,
to
but
West
I'm a
Virginia.
good poker player, so.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to do
We
a
gotta try one.
MoCo Show poker game one day. All right. Let me just get into the openings and closings. I only have like 3 of them to talk about right now, but the first one is in Rio. Murenko's closed, and there used to be before that it was 16 handles. It was a frozen yogurt spot, and now something called Fantastics is coming, and it's gelato sticks. You
Rio.
posted about it today. I saw
Yes.
the gelato sticks and like the pudding pop type things.
That looks yummy.
And you cover it with like a drizzle, and you like dip it in chocolate, and it's like gourmet like pops.
It's pretty.
It's pretty cool, and they have a location up in Frederick County and one in Loudoun County already. So I'm gonna go check it out just to do a little research, see what's coming our way. I gotta go try those. They look awesome.
They look beautiful.
So I want
Yes.
like a video of me eating it. So that's coming soon to Rio. Hopefully by the summer. That's my best guess. And then last week I went to Clear Skies Meadery, and if you don't know what that is, mead is like it's a type of alcohol that's made from water and honey, and it's tasty. It's sweet. It's not like wine, even though there can be sweet wines. It's similar to wine. There's some of it that's hoppy like a beer too, but it's kind of like wine, but it's sweeter. And I love the taste, and I had like 10 different types over there. It's a pretty cool spot that's coming to the Kentlands. They're opening Friday, later this week. So
it's like alcohol?
It's alcohol.
Is it alcohol?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's alcohol.
interesting.
It's like a little bar, and they'll have some food there too. You're able to bring your own food too if you want, but it's like a little
But
bar.
is it strong, like a rum or like a beer,
So-
like a wine?
It more like a wine, but this is like I believe 10 to 12%.
Interesting.
So
Wow.
you know,
Okay,
one
that's
glass
pretty-
is the equivalent of like two and a half
Right.
glasses
One is
of
enough.
wine. Yeah. So I ended up trying, I think 10 of them. I didn't have all 10, but I
We
tried.
carried you all the way home,
little
right?
bit. Yeah, no, I was good. A little sip of each of them, and they were tasty. They have like seasonal flavors: strawberry, raspberry. They have like the plain kind. They have a little of everything there, and I didn't know what to expect going into it, but I really liked it. So it's pretty cool. It's a Gaithersburg resident that's opening it in the Kentlands, and good things are happening over there in the Kentlands.
Yes.
And then over in Congressional Plaza, our friends over at Custom Ink, they're opening their second Montgomery County location. They already have one down in Bethesda. So Custom Ink, they make T-shirts. So they're like kind of the leader in in like customizing T-shirts and bags and jerseys and hats and all that stuff. And they're opening a store in Rockville. And
Nice.
Seth, we've worked with
Oh, yeah.
Custom Ink before.
Oh yeah, we worked with Custom Ink before. I actually did an interview. Shout out to Jeremy and his team. They are absolutely awesome. Please mention us. If you do, I believe our discount is still active actually.
Nice. What's our discount code?
I believe you just go in, you mention MoCo Show at the Bethesda location, and you actually get a discount, and they work directly hands-on with you, help you make a logo if you don't have one, help you get your merch figured out. And they can always reprint, and there's a lot of on-site printing that you can actually do. You can do
They
up to
design
10.
it for you there?
Oh yeah,
Cool.
They do designs for you, and they can do up to 10 prints same day on site
Wow.
for certain T-shirt options. And
Nice.
we actually got our very first Mad Scientist Media T-shirt designed by them, which you can actually see Alex in all of its glory on our website. and then
Yay,
send out
nice.
them.
That's a good model to have.
Oh yeah.
I just did another run of those MoCo T-shirts,
Oh yeah, I saw.
and they're flying off the shelves right now. So it's crazy. All right, let's get into this coronavirus, and I'm gonna start off with this timeline that Caitlin Peets from Bethesda Beat kind of put together. And here, I'll just start it off here. In December, the first case of coronavirus was detected in Wuhan, China. January 11th, China reported its first coronavirus death. January 21st, a Washington state man in his 30s was the first U.S. resident diagnosed with it. On the 30th, the World Health Organization declared a global health emergency in response to the coronavirus. Fast forward to February 26th, the CDC And they announced the first case of coronavirus disease in the U.S. in a patient with no known international travel history. So he got it from someone. February 29th, the first coronavirus death in Washington State. That was in the United States. March 3rd, the Montgomery County Council, sitting as the county's Board of Health, they received a briefing about how to combat and prepare for coronavirus. March 4th, MCPS released a message to the community saying it's preparing for remote teaching if there's a local outbreak. March 5th, Governor Hogan announced the state's first three cases of coronavirus. I believe two of them, or all of them, were Montgomery County at the time. All three were in Montgomery County. And now, here we are with two more Maryland residents just tested positive. I think we're up to like 5 or 6 total, 4 of them being in Montgomery County. So it's becoming a little bit of an issue here, but not a big issue. Nurit, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that people are scared, they're worried, but we have to make sure that we don't get into a panic because, yeah, it is a kind of a flu, and yes, it is somewhat scary to people, but, you know, you got to take things to perspective, really. We have to.
So, I mean, we're not going to be staying home right now. It's not at that point. And now I know Governor Hogan said that he recommends the elderly stay out of large crowds and stay at home as much as possible. Right now, for us, we're not quite at the point where we're staying home. But there's precautionary measures that we can take.
Right.
So we're talking things like washing our hands and try to avoid touching our face, which is hard because I'm sure that as this is being recorded, I'm sure that I've touched my face at some point and I didn't even realize that I touched
absolutely.
it.
We touch our face all day long. I know what it is.
Non-stop.
It's about it, but we do.
Yeah.
We
So
like our faces.
So that's an issue, and obviously that's how you avoid getting sick in general. Not coronavirus, just getting sick in general. But we're dealing with the coronavirus now, and it's everywhere. And as soon as we come back from this break, we're going to talk a little more about the coronavirus, how it's affecting real estate, how it's affecting stocks, and then what's going on around the world and measures they're taking to keep it from progressing. We'll be back in just 1 second. And welcome back. Just today, it was announced that all University System of Maryland schools are preparing for remote instruction. That includes schools like the University of Maryland and Towson and Bowie State. And was it Towson that already decided that they're going to be they're closing in preparation for remote learning? I think that's what they're doing. They're closing a little early. And then American University canceled face-to-face classes.
Yeah, AU, right.
So they're making some moves, and now the big question, especially here in Montgomery County, is will MCPS close? Now, Nurit, what do you think? Do you think they'll close?
Well, if it's leading this way, if it's going to continue to spread. So what happened in Italy, the whole country closed. That's it. They quarantined the whole country. Imagine that.
So are they allowed to leave their house?
No, that's it. Everybody is in their houses. Streets are empty.
Just eating spaghetti and pizza all day at home.
All day long,
That's what they do in Italy.
I mean, the beautiful people of Italy, they're all gonna get fat for sure. So yes, Italy is closed. But not only that, here in America, so in New York, in upstate in Rochester, or no, was it Rochelle, New York? They closed the whole area, 1 mile radius right now, and all schools are closed.
Wow.
All gathering is closed. Synagogues, churches, anything. It's all closed because they have I think 100 cases there. So, and about 2 weeks ago they had none. So it's a matter of 2 weeks, now they're closing the whole area. So I think that since we have it here in Maryland, if it's going to continue to spread, the only way we know right now to contain this is by self-quarantine.
Yeah, and look, and for more information, I think you got to go to the CDC website and look to see what they have for the exact thing that they're saying. But in my opinion, we're at 4 now, I think, in Montgomery County. That's not enough to close schools down.
No.
So, and I think even if it goes to 6 tomorrow and 8 the next day, still not. I think we have to see a jump from
30.
4 to 25, 30
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
1 day, because that shows that yes, it's
That's
really
a social
spreading. There's something
spreading.
going on.
Yes, exactly.
So we need to nip it.
It's
ASAP.
not somebody came from a flight from Spain. It's socially
Exactly.
transferred between people.
Exactly, and that's kind of what I think would be the best bet. And like I've heard people speculating, and one of the options that someone told me, again, all speculation, is that maybe spring break, which is supposed to be in April, gets moved up to March, later this month.
Which is a great idea, not
So
bad.
maybe they do
My
that.
kids will be happy.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll be happy too. But in my head, it's for everyone. But again, if it's not needed, I'm fine. I'm not scared. Are you scared walking around
No.
outside? I'm not.
No.
I'm not scared. I'm not even avoiding shaking hands. Really, I'm not. Yeah, I'm washing my hands more than ever. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that much.
Use soap. A lot of soap. Wash your hands. I kind of went with my kids how to good hand washing is, and don't touch, don't eat anything. Wash your hands before, after, all the time. Yes. I agree
Yeah,
with you.
and I'll tell you what. Here's what's happening though, because I'm seeing pictures from Costco and pictures from Target. People are buying up toilet paper. That's what's gone. Like
Yeah.
it's a snowstorm.
I don't know about that. Yes, it's kind of crazy. Shelves are being emptied, but when they see the whole country of Italy is being quarantined and the stores are empty, shelves are empty, and now it's in New York, people are really worried about what's going to happen if they're going to quarantine me and I'm going to have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, I guess if you're stuck at home. But look, if I'm stuck at home and I run out of toilet paper, and I'm stuck at home, I'll just hop in the shower after. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It is what it is, right? I mean, I'm stuck at
There's
home.
options out there. There are
Yeah,
options out
there-
there for sure.
I wonder, am I gonna be like if this happens? Like, can I order Uber Eats, or are they quarantined too? Like,
Oh, I could just, like, the Uber Eats guy comes in.
Yeah,
the
with like a-
suit, comes out of, like, the van where they've got, like, the little center section.
and I hate that I'm making jokes about this, but I'm just it's an actual thought. And,
Can I test him if he has fever before he hands me the
Oh
food?
man, I know, right? Like, it's an actual, like, if we are stuck at home, like, I know sometimes people make jokes and they're like, I'd love to be stuck at home for 14 days. Well, it's terrible.
It's
When
terrible.
you have to be home, it's the worst.
It's terrible.
Sometimes, yeah, there's a day or two where I'm like, I'm not leaving, and it feels
I
great.
love my kids and all and everything. No.
So yeah, luckily I don't have kids, so I don't have to deal with that. So it'll be whatever I want to watch. I'll be watching TV, no noise. But it's scary and not at the same time. We'll see what's going to happen. But is it affecting the real estate market? I know, like, the stock markets have kind of plunged, right?
So actually, it's interesting. So the stock market is very, very touchy right now, but it makes sense because what's happening with companies. They don't get shipments from China. They can't deliver. Employees, some employees have been quarantined. So that's obviously there's a fear what's going to happen with the quarter reports with the corporations and how good they're going to do, how it's going to affect the whole economy. So the stock market has been very, very touchy. It went down 8%, I think, yesterday. Went up again today, 5%. So
Oh, so it came back up
Oh
today.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're good in kind of betting on this
Yeah.
market, that this is almost a roller coaster casino. But so the certainty thing is that there's definitely an uncertainty right there, right? But in terms of interest rates and real estate has been strong since January 1. We in Montgomery County, in this whole area, with very, very strong real estate. And one of the effects is the interest rates. Interest rates are really, really low. Again, lowest have been ever.
Oh, this
right?
is the lowest they've ever been?
Yes.
Okay.
They went low again. So when stock market goes down, bonds market is stable and strong. When the bond market is strong, interest rates are low. And that's this is the effect. So yeah, we're losing money in stocks, but real estate is really strong. Brick and mortar, in my opinion, always been a great investment.
Yeah.
And I think that when the stock market is volatile and interest rates are really, really low, you really, really should consider take this opportunity because this whole thing is going to blow off hopefully very, very soon. We're all going to be okay. We're not going to need gazillions of toilet paper, but we should have a house to live in.
Yeah.
And we can put our money in a safe, brick and mortar.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I'm starting to think right now, like, is this a good time for me to just sell my house? Like, why not?
Well, if you are if a seller is thinking when to sell the house, this is the best it's ever been because we have low inventory, really low inventory, and lots of buyers out there.
Yeah.
Every house gets multiple offers. It's great real estate market. I don't remember one like this in a long time.
Yeah, and you mentioned something. You said this will likely blow over, in a little bit, and I agree with that. I think this is something that will get handled. The situation should get handled, and in a month or two, we should see it going the other way, back down, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, eventually something will happen. We'll get control over it for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I know I'm reading that there's like a Gaithersburg lab that's like already trying to work on a vaccine that'll be out like early 2021. It's cool to hear like a local company's going into it. I forgot the name of the company, but I think Bill Gates is funding something where you'll be able to test yourself at home soon. There's like a
Yeah, that'll be
home test
amazing.
kit.
So one of the things that we don't know is how many people are actually carrying it, because we only tested, I think in the United States, 4,000 people, and there's 800 positive. So we're only testing those who are really sick, and we really, really think that they may have coronavirus.
Yeah.
So we don't know how widely spread it is right now because of that, because we're not testing as many people.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Once we get control over it, interest rates eventually will go up. If interest rates go up by half a point, that is a 6.5% or so on the sale price increase.
Yeah.
We don't get a 3% increase in a year, so this is a lot. So it's a great time to look at real estate for sure.
For buying and selling.
Yeah, for buying and selling, because
selling low inventory, lots of buyers, and buying you get a great interest rate, so
Yes.
it ends up working out for everybody.
Absolutely. It's a great demand for the sellers and buyers. If we can get your house and how we position, I mean, what we're doing right now is, because there are multiple offers right now in almost every house out there, I pre-approve my clients to actually get them a full approval. I get them through underwriting, so they're ready. So when we compete on a house, we're done. We're done with underwriting. We're done with financing contingencies. All we have to do is appraisal and go to settlement. And we win contracts because of it. We definitely have a great success on getting homes for our clients.
Yeah, and again, it's not necessarily due to the virus, right?
No.
And it just happens to be kind of in spite of what's going on with the coronavirus.
It's spring.
Yeah.
Rates are low. Buying houses is a smart idea.
Yeah, for sure. So hopefully when we come back next week, we'll be able to, give you more of an update on what's going on here with the coronavirus, and hopefully there's kind of like a downhill type of approach. Yeah, Seth.
So, on an interesting note as well, because we were talking about kind of people getting outside in the spring break effect of it all. Did you guys hear about the controlled burn that happened the other day?
Yeah, over in Quantico.
Yeah, so that I was outside while that was happening, and the
Wow.
smoke filled from, all the way up the pike almost.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if you could have seen it from your office, Nurit, because I know where that's at, but I was past White Flint, and it was still there, like a thin just layer of this smoke. It actually had one of my elderly family members end up getting a pretty nasty cough from it, which ended up having them have to stay home, which kind of is like, when you think about it, do you think that was a smart idea for them to have done that in the midst of all of this going on? And because people are already nervous as is, and I feel like that was a really weird move, and it turned the pike into like
Fog.
that one day when it was foggy, that was like notoriously foggy, versus now we have smoke that actually is hurting people's lungs.
Yeah, and that wasn't I remember when I saw I think Fairfax County Police or Fire and Rescue put out something that said that if you're in Bethesda, you might see it in the distance. It actually reached down pretty far.
Oh, yeah.
I drove from Gaithersburg to Virginia yesterday, and as soon as I hit like Rockville, things got hazy, and I was like, wow. And as I drove into Virginia, it got even worse. So that was a crazy situation.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea, no matter what, really. And people are touchy right now. This is something we don't need
What if
to
that
add.
smoke like picks something up and carries it to, and then you're breathing it out? Like, that's a little scary.
You get all these crazy theories right now, so it's better just to stay put and, wash your hands and be happy, be healthy. And
Yeah, I'm going to wash mine as soon as I get out of
If
here.
you think you're feeling ill, just get checked.
yeah, so I
Be
told,
careful, get checked.
exactly, I told all my employees and everybody that if you're sick, stay home. It's okay. And then if fever doesn't go down, really what it is, if you don't take if fever did not go down, not because of Advil or medication, but it doesn't go down, you really should go and check yourself. It's important. But regardless, stay home.
Yeah, and it spreads person to person between people who are in close contact with another within about 6 feet, and through respiratory droplets that are produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes. And those droplets can land in mouths or noses of people who are nearby, or possibly be inhaled into the lungs, and that's according to the CDC website. So, can someone spread the virus without being sick or without having it? Without having it, no. You can't get it from someone who doesn't have it. And that's something people are like scared of. They're like, I'm not touching anyone's hands. Well, most people don't have it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Right.
so there's not as much to worry about. But again, yeah, wash those hands. Don't touch your face, and be safe, so that you can listen to next week's episode
Be happy.
of the MoCo Show. That's right, be very happy. So thank you all so much for joining us. I know it's a kind of a shorter episode, and we didn't get to cover as much, but we talked about a very important topic, and a topic that's dominating the news. And Nurit, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
And we will catch you next week on episode 82.